What if instead of a self-discipline problem, you just don't feel like you're doing enough unless you're exhausted? That was me. I thought I had to be in what I called beast mode in order to be doing enough, productive enough. I thought I had to be tired. I thought life had to be hard in order for me to be really serious about my dreams and my goals and my big plans for this life. And that left me burnt out, exhausted. It was not sustainable. I felt like a failure when I wasn't living up to this standard, this like 110% standard of going all the time. And let's just say I did not achieve the results that I thought I would by going crazy all the time. The problem was that I valued productivity so much that that was like the only valuable thing I saw myself doing. And resting was not very valuable. Going slow wasn't really valuable. I always had to be like in this survival mode. And because I'm a very naturally ambitious person, this has kind of been my mindset for a while. And just recently, the Lord showed me that He does not need me to overextend myself and burn myself out in order for Him to give me the life that He wants me to have. That was kind of a breakthrough, because here I was thinking that I needed to work hard and I needed to make progress and I needed to be productive to make these things happen. And well, granted, that is, you have to work hard. You know, God gives you dreams, but you have to work hard to do them. I was acting like it was all up to me when that was not the case. One of my favorite verses, Philippians 2:13, says, "For it is God which worketh in you both to will and to do of His good pleasure." So here I was thinking that if I wanted to grow, I had to be the one to do it, when God says He's working in me. And he's not only working in me His will, but He's working in me to want to do His will, which is the coolest thing ever. So I was in survival mode, basically, trying to do all this work that was really for God to do. And yes, we work God. It requires a lot of self-awareness and prayer, and you're definitely part of the equation, but I was leaving God completely out and suffering the consequences. But because of what He showed me, and the fact that He doesn't need me to burn out and go crazy to give me the life that He wants to give me, now when I feel behind or when I feel like I am not measuring up, not being productive enough, I try to just rest in the fact that He's working. Another one of my favorite verses is He says He works all things together for good. And so I see that as, I may not be perfect. I might not be able to live up to my high standards of productivity all the time. I might make mistakes. But He's working that together for good. And so I don't have to grind and try to make up for all my shortcomings by burning myself out, because He's working and He's making up for what I am not perfect at. And wouldn't you know, while actually writing the script for this YouTube video, I realized that I was grinding like it was all up to me. I've been working and I've been trying to focus on getting the first few videos for this YouTube channel produced and done, and working on the scripts, and I really wanted to double down hard on scripts today, basically the outlines, and I was going to get it all done in the morning kind of morphed into something else, and ended up being where I only had a couple hours in the evening to work on these. And I got started on the first thing, and it was not going very well. I was having a hard time expressing my ideas the way I wanted to. I just felt like I had to really grind to make this happen and make this work and get these scripts done. And I ended up taking a break and watched this YouTube video that I thought would encourage me and also be a good example for how I should make YouTube videos. So just a little bit of getting out of my own head. And something about that video, I just realized I was acting like it was all up to me, that I had to, if I didn't get these videos done in a certain amount of time, there went the success of my YouTube channel. And I had decided that. God had not told me that. I had decided that and put that on myself. And it doesn't matter what the reason was for today not going as planned. Maybe I need to be more disciplined, maybe I need to manage my time better, or maybe I'm just really good at leaving time for real life in my schedule. I don't know. But whatever the case, I don't need to grind and burn myself out and make myself basically miserable in order to meet this timeline that I set up. Yes, I would like to get these things done as soon as possible so I can start this channel, because I feel like God is going to use this for me and for others. But He can use it even if it takes a couple more days to get started than I thought. That's an example for how this idea that God doesn't need me to overextend myself to be working in my life and do amazing things in my life. That's how it kind of looks like in real life. And I am as you can see, I'm still learning this. And I'm sure this is going to be a theme of my entire life. But I just wanted to share that idea because for those of us girlies who are very ambitious and want to get things done, and motivation usually isn't the problem, although sometimes it is, but motivation isn't usually the problem. It's slowing down and realizing that it's not all up to us, and that while working, we can work from a place of peace and joy instead of working from a place of fear and I'm not enough, I'm not doing enough, I gotta make this work, I'm not making progress enough, I gotta go faster. Not required. Not required. Jesus said He came to give us peace. He said His burden is easy, His yoke is easy, and His burden is light, I think. And while this doesn't mean that you can just sit back and God will do everything in your life, it does mean that you don't have to work from a place of fear and survival mode and beast mode. I don't know where I got that. You can work from a place of peace and joy and trust. It's hard for us to trust ourselves that we're doing enough and that we're going to make things work. Understandably, we're human, we're not perfect, so how could we trust ourselves? But we can trust God. This trust that He is working in us and He doesn't need us to burn out is really helpful. And it's helping me to just rest and relax and actually enjoy my work and enjoy this process that He's taking me on instead of being miserable, because that's just not necessary. And I'm so glad to, even though this is going to take a while to pound into my head, I'm just happy to be on this journey. I'm happy, so thankful to the Lord that this is the way it is. So, thanks for watching this video and for joining along. And if you think it could be helpful to someone else, don't forget to share and like, and I will see you on the next one. Mwah.